Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing another what I eat in a week video, and this week I am doing keto OMAD, and we'll just get right into it. So on Monday, the first thing I did in the morning was take my vitamins. I really like taking this one because it has a whole bunch of good stuff in it. There's all like showing you what's in it. Also, just a side note, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that, so don't take my advice here. Go speak to a professional if you want to change your lifestyle and start keto OMAD. I'm just simply sharing my story with you. And then as well as taking that multivitamin, I also take a Norwegian cod liver oil, and this is what it looks like. I also have like 2 or 3 of these giant glasses of water. Usually I put lime juice in it, and I will just sip on that throughout the day. So that's what I'm working with first thing in the morning when I take my vitamins. And then, like I said, I just refill this and put more lime in it throughout the day. I don't think I showed that in my last what I eat in a week video. And then for dinner this night, we were going to have roasted Brussels sprouts with some salmon. So here I am just preparing dinner. Since it is OMAD, I'm only eating the once this day. So and then for dinner, I'm making something called uri salmon. I think that's what it's called. You can Google it. It's really simple. It's just turmeric and then thyme, salt, and then some butter and lemon on top of salmon. And then I just recently actually switched over to using all organic spices. For the most part, everything's organic, and it's just made a big difference. I definitely can notice a difference in the way that my spices taste when they are organic. I love it. So I just mix my little spices together here. And then I am using grass-fed butter here to butter the bottom of my little dish that I'm going to put my salmon in. So this is wild caught salmon, but it is frozen, and I think I got this from H-E-B. I think obviously fresh salmon tastes better, but this was the only wild caught salmon I could find at the store that day that I went. So I used that, and then I just put the seasonings on top and then cut up some lemon slices to also put on top of the salmon. And then I took some frozen grass-fed butter, the same butter that I had been using, and took this out of the freezer and then grated it. So as per the instructions, and this is really cool. I've never grated butter before, and it was my first time making this recipe, and I have to say it was absolutely delicious. Like, it was probably the best tasting fish I've ever had. It was so good. So I highly recommend you look it up on Google, try to find that recipe. It's called uri salmon, I think is what it's called. So then I just kind of like put this foil on and make it a little tint, and then I get started cooking my Brussels sprouts. So I just add some, again, grass-fed butter to a pan with some organic extra virgin olive oil, let that heat up, and then to the pan I add some crushed garlic. And then I go ahead and add all of my Brussels sprouts. I kind of just toss it around to get it kind of coated with the butter and oil, and then put all of the flat sides down. And then I decided to get working on the salad for dinner. So this night we were going to have a Caesar salad is what it was. So this is how I was just chopping up some butter lettuce. And here I am adding some fresh lemon juice and some salt and pepper to my Brussels sprouts. Ooh, they look so good. My mouth is literally watering while watching this. These were so good. And then I pulled the salmon out of the oven, and then what you're supposed to do is then like spoon all of this delicious melted butter back on top of the salmon. Oh my gosh, this was so good. We've made this twice since I filmed this video, by the way. Like, it was so good. It was so good. So then along with the organic butter lettuce, I also put some organic baby spring mix, and then I put some Parmesan shavings, and then Ken's Chef Reserved creamy Caesar salad dressing to finish off the Caesar salad. And this meal by far was my favorite of the week. It was so good. There's my plate. I swear I could eat this every day for the rest of my life. It was so good. And then Tuesday, we are starting off the day making a collagen and MCT oil coffee because I just needed a kick. I needed something. So I'm using my Keurig. I used the Donut Shop blend K-Cup. And then to this, I'm adding the Bulletproof MCT Brain Octane Oil and some Nature's Truth grass-fed collagen peptides. And I just kind of whisked that up to get it a tiny bit frothy and drank that because I just needed some caffeine this day. Like, it was rough. And then for dinner, we decided to make egg roll in a bowl. We've never made this before, but I see it all the time, like on Instagram and even Pinterest if you look up keto recipes. So I decided to give it a try. I found a recipe that had really, really good reviews, and it must just be me, but I was not the biggest fan of this, just being completely honest with you. It was okay, but I think it was the pork. I'm not a big fan of pork unless it's bacon, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. It was good, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So I just went ahead and browned up some pork and then added some fresh garlic. And then I added a bag and a half of coleslaw mix to the ground pork and then some soy sauce. I just followed a recipe that I found. It had really good reviews. My husband actually really liked it. So I think it was just me. I think I just wasn't that big of a fan. And then here we were. It said to crush up fresh ginger. And my little garlic press was having the hardest time crushing this ginger. But we finally got it crushed and added it in there. And then we added some sesame oil on top and stirred it all together. And then since this was an OMAD day, obviously this is like the only meal that I had. And we put some fresh green onions on top. It was okay. Like it was good. It was decent. I think it was just me. I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. But I ate my whole thing because I was actually kind of starving. And then on Wednesday, I went ahead and got started with a salad. So here I am chopping up some organic baby spring mix, adding that to my bowl. Also, each of these days I've been taking my vitamins, the same two that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I just forgot to record it on these days, but I take my vitamins every single day. And then I'm chopping up some romaine lettuce as well to add, and then some cucumbers. Next, I'm going to chop up some red onion for my bowl because my husband does not like red onion. So I decided to add a little bit to mine. And then here we have some pickled jalapenos, which are so good. I love adding these to my salad because I just think they're so good. And then some pickles. I don't know. A lot of people think it's weird that I add pickles to my salad, but I think this day in particular, I was making like a sub salad in a bowl, like a Subway salad in a bowl. So I decided just to go ahead and chop up some pickles because I normally get pickles on my subs, but I don't eat those anymore because they have too much bread. And then I went ahead and added some black olives as well. And my son was telling me a funny story while I was doing all this. And then I went ahead and rinsed off some organic cherry tomatoes and added those to my bowl as well. And then here I'm using pepperoni slices from the deli. I'm just chopping these into like medium-sized squares here and adding those between our bowls. And then doing the same thing with some hard salami as well, chopping some up and then adding a little bit to each bowl. And then also we decided to go ahead and have some avocado in this. I can't believe this is like the first time we were having avocado this week. Avocado is life. Like, what even was I doing? Not eating avocado all week. And then I just topped it with some shredded cheese. And this was so good. I'm not even sure if I showed it, but I think I added ranch dressing to this. I don't think I ate it just plain like this. I'm pretty sure I added ranch dressing, but I did not film that, I guess. And then later that evening, I decided that I wanted some tea. So I'm filling up my cool little water heater. What is that thing called? I don't even know. But here I am drinking some Tazo. Is that how you say that? Refresh mint tea. This is so good and it just makes me feel so relaxed. I love drinking this in the evenings. Oh, it's called a kettle. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the water heating up in my kettle. This thing is really cool. We bought it off Amazon. I think it was like 24 bucks. And this honestly boils water so fast. It's crazy. Like, it's ridiculous how fast this thing can boil water. So I just went ahead and got the water boiled to make my tea. And I don't add anything to my tea. I know a lot of people like to add like stevia or sweeteners of some sort, but I don't do that. I just drink it by itself. And then here on Thursday, I am again going to be drinking another large glass of water. I don't know why I recorded some days that I was drinking, but not all the days. But there you have it. So I just poured in some ice cold water on top of my ice, and then again put some lime juice in there. I'm telling you, this is so good. And then again, showing you my vitamins. These are just so good. I love my vitamins. And then some Norwegian cod liver oil. I've actually started taking some different vitamins, so I'll have to do an updated video because I filmed this video like a couple weeks before I'm posting it. And then also, I guess, oh yeah, right before dinner, I decided to have a collagen coffee because, like, let's just be real, I needed something. I was so tired this day. And here I am prepping for dinner, and I just really, really needed some coffee. So for this day for dinner, I am making a quiche, which I've never made before, but I found this recipe online and I kind of doctored it to like add ingredients that I wanted to. So my husband is behind me cooking some bacon while I'm chopping the rest of the ingredients. So in here we had some baby Bella mushrooms, which are so good. And then I wanted to add some broccoli to mine, but all I had was frozen broccoli. So I just went ahead and warmed it up in the microwave a little bit so it wasn't so frozen, and then cut the hard bits off and just left the little baby florets to put in the quiche. And this, oh my god, this quiche was actually so good. This might even rival the uri-buri salmon that I had on Monday. Both of these were so good. And then I just went ahead and chopped up some garlic. And then this is the butter. This is the butter I've been using. So this is Finlandia milk grass-fed cow butter. And it is so good. I bought a ton of boxes of these from Sam's. I don't even know if they still sell it there, but when they did have it, I bought a bunch. I'm hoping they still sell it because I'm out now and I need to go back and buy some more. So I was just buttering the dish that I was going to bake the quiche in, and then I went ahead and started chopping some white onion to put in there as well. And then in the same pan that my husband cooked the bacon in, I added some more of that grass-fed butter and kind of got all those bacon bits off the bottom there, and added my garlic and onion and sauteed that for a minute before adding the broccoli and mushrooms. And my husband decided he wanted to be the cameraman, by the way, so I like some very close-up zoomed in shots. Does look pretty cool, I guess. And then I just added my mushrooms, got those kind of going in there. And then once those were pretty cooked, I went ahead and added my broccoli and sauteed the rest of that. This was so good. Like, this was amazing. And then I went ahead and added like 3 handfuls of the organic baby spring mix and let that wilt down. We find any and every way possible to use this organic baby spring mix, if you can't tell. And then I went ahead and chopped up the bacon into small bits and added that back into the pan and mix everything around really good. And then I just went ahead and poured this in my buttered baking dish. And I kind of just spread it all out so it's even. And then these are the eggs that I use. They're large, cage-free white eggs. And then some organic whole milk with added DHA and EPA. That's the only milk and the only eggs we allow in the house. I've been looking for like a local farm to buy eggs from, but there's none really close to us. So these are like as good as I get. And then I add some salt and pepper. And then I add like a pretty generous handful amount of cheese to my bowl and mix it all together. And I think I used 4 eggs for this. I'm not sure if I showed you. I think I used 4 eggs and about 2/3 a cup of the organic milk. And then I added some extra cheese on top of all the toppings, I guess you would call them. And then I just poured the egg mixture in over and kind of just patted everything down so it's evenly inside the egg mixture. And then I baked this for about, I think, like 45 minutes. And this is what it looked like when it came out. And this was so good. Now, since this was my only meal that day, I don't know why I decided to serve myself such a small piece to begin with. I think because I wanted to get a nice shot for this video, but don't be fooled. I think I ate about half of this pan full, and then my husband ate like the other half. So that's like, that looks like such a wimpy piece. I'm watching it, but that was my only meal this day. And then I didn't make anything Friday. It turned out super gross, just being honest. So I wasn't going to share it in this video. But that is it. I hope that you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.